top 5 relationships on Girl Meets World that have the best chemistry. And no, I'm not just talking about romantically involved ships. What's going on, YouTube? Now, I really couldn't wait to make this video because you know we're always comparing different ships on the show and talking about which ones have the best chemistry. But the fact of the matter is, there are some relationships on this show that have so much chemistry, but they're just not romantically involved. And I want to talk about some of those ships in this video, but also some of the romantic ones as well. I'm gonna rank the relationships in order to least impressive to most impressive chemistry, whether the relationship is romantic or not. So let's get started. The first relationship I want to talk about on this show is Maya and Riley. I don't think they get quite enough credit for having a really good on-screen chemistry together. None of their scenes feel forced, and you really do feel like they're best friends that care about each other. And I definitely think they're deserving to have the number 5 spot on this list. So now let's talk about number 4. And I just made a video about this ship the other day, and that is Ryarkle. I think this ship is very heavily underrated, and that's mainly due to the chemistry between the two characters. Some people say that they have the best chemistry on the show, and while I don't necessarily agree with that, they certainly have enough to the point where I would not argue. And we're not just talking romantic chemistry here. We're talking about that kind of chemistry that when the two get together, it doesn't matter what they're talking about or what they're doing. The spark between the two is just there, and it's there at all times. That natural chemistry, which I guess you could say all chemistry is natural, because if you have to force it, it's not real chemistry. And trust me, you will be able to tell. And now let's move on to number 3. And this is where it starts to get really tricky. And you know, I think I'm about to do something that I don't do very often, and that's change my mind mid-video. But that's how hard this top 3 really is, because I think you can easily make an argument for either one of these 3 to be number 1. That's how strong the chemistry is. But I think I'm gonna have to put Luque in number 3. Luque to me is by far the best ship on the show. And as far as romantic chemistry between couples is concerned, you just can't beat Luque on this show. Luque is a lot like Ryarkle as far as every scene they have feeling natural. Nothing feels forced and nothing feels like they're trying extra hard, which you really can't say for pretty much every other single couple on this show as far as my opinion is concerned. Luque has that OTP chemistry. Whether they're together or not, whether the writers try to make us believe one thing or something else, it doesn't matter, because when these two get together on camera, it's magic every single time. So now let's go to number 2. And I have to go with Maya and Shawn. I don't know what it is about these two, but every scene they have, they just really flow off one another beautifully. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that they're just both fantastic actors. I mean, in my opinion, Shawn was one of the best actors on Boy Meets World, and Maya is without question one of the best actresses on Girl Meets World. But I think it's more to it than just that. And chemistry is really hard to explain. I mean, really what it comes down to is you either have it or you don't. I mean, it's just like real life. Some people you just really connect with, and others you just really don't. And sometimes it's really hard to explain why that is. But for whatever the reason is, Maya and Shawn click in every single scene that they have. And they actually really make me believe that they're really close to one another, and they really love and care about each other. I love the relationship that Maya and Shawn has. I might even make a separate separate video on it one day. So now let's talk about number 1. And of course, I have to go with Shawn and Cory. Now these two have always had amazing chemistry to me, and just like Maya and Shawn, a lot of that probably has to do with the fact that they're both amazing actors. I've already talked about my love for Ben as an actor before, and I'll probably make a separate video on it one day, but both of these guys have been amazing since day one. Even on Girl Meets World, where chemistry goes to die with certain couples, it seems like, Cory and Shawn still has that same chemistry that they had on Boy Meets World, and I think that's rather impressive. Shawn and Cory probably are my favorite bromance in television history, and you know, it just wouldn't feel right to me putting anybody above these two. Their friendship and chemistry is everlasting. But let me know what your top 5 is in the comment section below. And if you're interested in supporting this channel so I can continue to make many more videos for you guys going forward, check out that Patreon link in the description box. And if you haven't already signed the petition to move Girl Meets World to Freeform, the link to that will also be in the description box. But I'm done talking. If you guys enjoyed this video, you know what to do. But as always, until next time.